Friday and Monday. Not backwards, but top.
What the hell? What? Wow. But did they try to run down?
I saw
yeah,
a little.
but
Yeah. Whoa.
YouTube town family, what's the biz? Y'all already know what it is, man. Positive vibes always, all days. You know how I'm rocking, and you already know ain't nothing to it but to do it. So we about to jump right into it. As always, I hope everybody feeling well out there today. Want to send out those positive vibes to my Todd-Town family. As always, you know how I do it. And as always, again, if you haven't already, please hit that like, share, and subscribe and notification button so you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest content. Because you don't want to miss, man. We doing daily drops, like I said, keeping you entertained, the entertainment capital, okay? Anywho, without further ado, welcome to Todd-Town.
We have two ladies that are going to come up the stairs and then two more behind them who are our intended victims. The first two are the perps. Now, there's an interview with our defender in this video that I've linked in the description that kind of gives her version of events. We have audio, so let's listen in.
Gotta go peep that. I remember seeing the clips of this, like surfacing around on Facebook or something. I think this is the one.
Friday and Monday. Not backwards, but top.
What the hell? What? Wow. But did they try to run downstairs?
I saw a
yeah,
little
buddy,
second
stay up
angle
in
of
there.
this of our perp
You at the
running
safety.
up, breaking some shots.
Oh,
while
okay.
She gets
She came
turned
down. She had the
around
blicky
as well, and we saw her run
That's
off there.
crazy.
And
that was
police
goofy.
caught one of these perps a little while later. Thankfully, none of the victims were hurt. I don't think either of the perps were hurt as well. She did have a gun on her.
That's good.
They
That's
did catch her.
crazy.
She is a multi-time
What
felon
was they
that,
thinking?
Is now facing more charges of aggravated assault and robbery and additional felonies, but this is nothing new for her. Oof. Hey, listen. I think the attitude is key. I'm all about constitutional carry and all good.
He said it's nothing new. That was sorry. I don't know what that was. I didn't even know what really happened until they replayed. Like, that was some of the that was, if that's what you, whatever.
Sober, moral, prudent people carrying firearms. You know we're going to talk about skill set.
She came
here.
running down with no control in her footing.
Videos every single week over there to help you be competent with your firearms so you're not using it as a rattlesnake
Go
rattle.
check
Now,
out
there's
your
certainly something to be
self-protection
said
out,
for
y'all.
intuition. And again, if you go watch
Get
the
on your
interview,
self-protection.
these girls followed us like they moved when we did, and they were watching us, and I thought that was weird, and I was worried about them.
Oh,
And it was
man,
so quiet
goofy.
as they had gone, like they
They
weren't
look
going up to their
suspect.
place or whatever, and so because it was so
What are
quiet,
they wearing?
I was seriously weirded out, and I thought something bad was coming. Listen to your spidey senses.
Good
now
peepee.
that said, you know,
Yes, look, she
has her
look
gun
at she
in her hand.
checking too.
Now,
Yeah,
I
she
know
was
some
ready.
folks are gonna say,
Good
yeah, but
shit.
she needed it in her hand. I would recommend
She was
instead
on her shit.
to leave the
And
gun in the
hey,
holster.
always, you know what I'm saying? Always be aware of your surroundings. You never know. Them little two goofies, like, what was that? They was looking so suspect. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? She was peeping game, and that's how you do it. You know, she was on her P's, and you know what I'm saying? That's what you.
Hand on the gun in the holster.
And she was
What we
ready.
find
She had
again
that
is it's
thing out.
really fast to
Yeah.
get the gun out and use it in that particular case without the dangers of negligent discharges and without, you know, the dangers of, oh, I've got a gun in my hand. If I have to do something else, I can't because I have a gun in my hand. So my recommendation of technique for you here, leave the gun in the holster with your hand on the gun, and then that way you have it just as fast as if it's in your hand and pointed down. And literally put it on the clock, and you'll see it's within about 0.05 of a second.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to get into their place.
a female,
It goes
though, you
forward
know,
a few
no
seconds,
training.
and you can see here now our attacker
What was
come down
that?
and start drawing her own pistol. Now the victim here, the defender said she didn't think this was a robbery. The charges that they charged her with included aggravated robbery. So I kind of think that it was. But whether it was a personal beef or
Well, what was it gonna be?
or, you know, I don't know what the
Oh,
personal beef would have been over. You don't have a whole lot of time, so paying attention was key here. And I think our defender, having paid attention, was able to get ahead of the threat and was actually faster than her. So we say don't draw on from the drop. Well, guess what? If you are ready for a counter ambush, you ain't got the drop on you or any of those things. Now,
Exactly.
these folks are going to run off. I will say this, you know, she's panic firing behind her. And
Boy, I know she hit some
like this all
apartment
the time.
doors
And
and
so the
walls,
fact
boy.
that
What
it
was that?
sounded to me like our
Oh,
defender
my
panic fired
gosh.
as well and just used her firearm
was-
kind of as a rattlesnake rattle. Get away from me. And we see that, and it works all the time. But recognize, a couple of shots high center chest in this perp. Instead, maybe she wouldn't have been panic firing down the hallway, which endangered not only our defender, but everybody else.
For
in the
real.
complex.
That was-
It's one of the reasons we
man,
wanna be
that's what
really
I'm
good with our
saying. That
firearms,
was some
so that
goofy
the threat
stuff.
ends sooner without the threat of everything else that comes with this, including our defender's errant shots that went God knows where. Thankfully, big world, small bullets.
She
now,
went
get back in
flying
the house.
down.
Call 911.
Yo,
as fast as
she
you
was
can. Okay,
gone,
fine. I
bro.
do think we see something kind
Oh,
of interesting here.
look at
This
him.
dude
He
decided
like,
to
oh,
kind of step out into the
yeah,
hallway
you
and
better
have her
step back
gunfire. I
in,
wanna
buddy,
see
for
what's
you
going
catch
on.
one of them,
Can't tell you
no
enough how bad an
names.
idea that is. If you hear gunfire out in the hallway, out in front of you, at most approach that door to lock your deadbolt if you were silly
For
enough not to
real.
do that ahead of time. And then hunker down with your own defensive firearms
open the
and
door,
hit the
like-
cavalry on the way. By that we mean, of course, call 911, because you ain't going to solve that problem, and you are stepping out into a huge unknown where you're pretty sure they just had a gunfight. I would not recommend stepping out into this kind of environment at all. Now, last little bit here, as we saw the secondary angle here, I want you to note how fast what was going on here is that you see our perp firing just in that moment and just in the spot where they are getting attacked in this particular case. That's how fast these things do go down. So recognize, first one to put an anatomically significant hit on the other one generally wins. But also here, one of the things that we see is that FIBSA, fudge I'm being shot at, works really well when we're talking about perps who are resource predators and generally cowards. So I would say good job to this lady. I think that she did as good a job
She
as
did,
she could
bro.
in the moment.
She was
Just
on
make
it.
that skill set go up a little bit. Incredible attitude covering your ass.
She was on it, bro. She was on it, okay?
Today we get
Goofy. Again, some goofy actions from some goofy peoples. Y'all know we don't condone that over here, man. I don't know what she said. It wasn't supposed to be a robbery. I'm curious on. Did you know him? She must have knew him. She probably kept her mouth shut about that. But if she's saying herself that she don't think it was a robbery, how you must, you know, it'd have been a speculation of if you knowing them. But they said she got history of doing that, which that's crazy because that was pitiful. I don't know what type of junk that was. It was man, I don't know. Again, man, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You already know how it go, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Another one of Todd-Town. I appreciate all the love, as always, man. We're going to be doing these drops for y'all. Please hit that like, share, notification button, subscribe. Do what y'all want to do what you got to do, man. Stay tuned in. Like I said, we're going to be doing these drops for y'all, man. Having fun, man. And as always, I will check back with you guys. Peace.
Yeah. Whoa.